Hello, and welcome to Kripalu Yoga with Aubrey. Today, I want to begin lying on our backs. I always like to have a blanket, some blocks, a bolster. So this is a good time to gather anything that you might need before we continue. Now that you're here, on your back, spread your legs far apart and put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your stomach. Settle in. Feel your body being held by the earth or by your mat. Whether you're outside or in your living room, begin to notice the sounds that surround you. Notice the things you hear. Now begin to notice the things that you might feel right on the outside of your body. Feel the floor underneath you. Feel the space above you, the space to your right, and the space to your left. Where are you in space? Now take your attention to your physical body. How do I feel? Let your hips be soft. Maybe you feel a little tinge in your knees or your ankles. Feel your shoulders soften away from your ears. Relax your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And imagine more space in between your brows. This is a good time to set an intention for your practice if you would like. It can be something that you want to bring into your life, something that you want to cultivate or manifest. It can also be something that you want to let go of. It can be both of the previous. Today I want to bring up an intention to trust and love rather than to practice fear. Can you breathe and let those fearful thoughts go? Now notice your breath. What is the quality of your breath? Shallow, deep, soft, loud. It doesn't matter, just notice. Non-judgmental observer. Now begin to deepen your breath. Fill your body with air. Exhale through your mouth. Let it all out. Deep inhale through your nose. Fill your belly with air. Feel it rise. Exhale, feel your belly fall and squeeze all of the air out. Audible sigh. Deep breath in through your nose. Fill your belly. Now begin to expand your ribs, filling them with air. Now exhale the space in your ribs. Now your belly. Squeeze all the air out. On your next inhale, fill your belly. Expand your ribs. And now fill some air in your chest without raising your shoulders. Now exhale chest, ribs, belly. Continue this 3-part breathing at your own pace. Dirga Pranayam. If it's in your practice, this is a great time to invite Ujjayi or ocean sounding breath. This can be done by slightly constricting the back of your throat and really focus on creating an oceanic sound. Play with the volume. Make it loud. Make it soft. Figure out what feels good and what works for you. Take 2 more rounds, in through your nose, out through your mouth. On your next exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Squeeze all the air out while you bring your right knee to your chest. Give it a hug. Then inhale while keeping your hands clasped around your knee. Take your knee out a little bit, and then exhale, bring your knee back in. Continue this 3 to 5 more times. Inhale as an extension. Exhale as a flexion into your chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Now create small circles with your knee. You can use your hands as a guide, or if you want to make it a little more flowy and out there, you can also use a belt or a blanket to extend your arms to your knee. Nice. Now rotate your knee in the opposite direction. As you're ready, bring your foot to standing, and then lower your right leg all the way down to the ground. Bring your left knee into your chest, interlace your fingers, and place it on the outside of your shin right below your knee. Give your leg a big hug. Exhale your breath out. Inhale, let your knee come away from your body, and then exhale your leg back in. Nice. 3 to 5 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. At your pace with your breath. Feel the gentle massage that your leg is creating on your belly. "95% of serotonin is stored in our abdomen," which is funny that we don't normally touch it once we've gotten past a certain age. It's actually good to show your belly love. And when you rub your belly or bring your knee into your belly, that touch is helping release the serotonin that's stored in there, the feel-good hormone. You can take your knee in circles. Use your hands as the guide or not. You don't have to hold on to your knee if you don't want to. Now take your knee in the opposite direction. Now slowly lower your left leg down all the way to the ground. Take a moment to pause and notice how you feel now, opposed to when you first got on your mat. Feel the groundedness that you have created in your body, using your breath, using the movements. Now bend both legs and bring your feet flat on the floor. Legs are hip width distance apart, toes are facing forward, away from your body. Extend your hands and arms down to your sides, roll your palms facing up, and roll your shoulder blades underneath your back toward one another. Without moving your upper arms, roll your lower arms down so that your palms are facing on the ground. Press your feet into the ground to lift your pelvis up toward the sky. Imagine your quads and your adductors hugging onto your femur and rolling down and in, which are the muscles on the tops and inside of your legs, without bringing your knees together. So your knees and legs should still stay hips width distance apart, as if you're holding a block in between your knees. And you can also put your block in between your knees to create that physical engagement. Hug your lower ribs in by hugging belly button to spine, and imagine someone tying up your ribs like a corset. Press into your arms to create a little more of a back bend. Relax your neck and lengthen the crown of your head away from your shoulders. Nice. Now relax your glutes so that the majority of the strength in this posture is coming from your feet pressing into the ground, your arms and hands pressing into the ground, and also your anterior chain, which is your abdomen and your hip flexors all the way through your knees. Imagine that long line of energy. Breathe. Soften your jaw. Allow the thoughts to melt away. Let's create some movement here. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the ground. If you need to take a breather, take a few breaths here. If you're ready, inhale and press your feet into the ground, arms into the ground, and extend your hips up to the sky once more. And exhale down, all the way to the ground. Inhale, press into the ground and lift your pelvis up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, lift your pelvis up to the sky. Find strength in your anterior chain. And exhale, slowly roll down. This is great for increasing spine flexibility, strengthening all of your stabilizing muscles along your spine. And it's also great to relieve sciatica. Once you're up in bridge once more, pause here. Option to extend your left leg long so that your toes are facing towards your nose and your heel is reaching out to the opposite side. Keep your leg in line with your leg that is in standing. This is a very nice core exercise and glute exercise. Feel the long line of energy from the crown of your head all the way through your toes and your heel. And then exhale, slowly lower your left leg down to standing to meet the right. As you're ready, find balance in your left leg, press into your left foot, and lift your right leg off of the ground. Toes to nose, heel pressing out away from your body. Nice. And breathe. And exhale, slowly lower your right leg to meet the left. And exhale, slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down to the ground. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Nice. One more. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Remembering your intention for this practice. Practice trust. Practice love. If you want to counterbalance, you can give yourself a hug, bring your knees into your chest. You can rock and roll up and down, or you can leave your feet standing and take your feet to mats with distance and let your knees fall in toward one another. Take a couple deep breaths here. When you're ready, bring your legs back to standing, hips width distance apart, toes facing out. Lower your left leg to the ground so that it's straight. Your right knee is still bent. Press your right foot into the ground to lift your hips up and scoot your hips over to the right about 10 degrees. Now you lower your hips back down. Actively press your extended left leg into the ground. Flex your toes to nose. And hug your shoulders into the ground as well. Take your arms out to a T and pronate your hands so that they are face down on the ground, and also spread your fingers wide and press down into the floor this way. Press your right foot into the floor once more and find a twist over to the left. Nice. Check in with your shoulders. You still want your right shoulder grounded down to the earth. If you need a block or a bolster to support your right leg while you're in a twist, grab that here. And remember to breathe. For a deeper twist, check in with your core. Slightly hug belly button to spine. Inhale, imagine space in your spine. Exhale, squeeze your core in, twist deeper. Inhale, extend, relax your jaw. And exhale, twist deeper. Keep your left leg and left foot active here. Now spread your sits bones away from each other while staying in the twist. This will help release the low back and create strength in the stretch. Nice. One more deep breath here. In through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Slowly unwind. Coming back to laying down. Lower your right leg all the way down to the floor. Pause for a second and notice the difference in sensation from right to left. Now bend your left leg and bring your foot to the floor, coming into standing. Keep your right leg extended long, toes to nose, heel pressing out away from the body, and femur pressing into the ground as well. Press into your left standing foot and wiggle your hips over to the left a little bit. Arms out to a T, hands rolled down, press into the ground, shoulders away from ears, scapula toward one another. Reach out through the crown of your head, slightly engage your core, and find a twist over to the right. If you need your right leg to support your left in the stretch, make sure you place your foot above or below your knee, but I wouldn't recommend on the knee joint. Spread your sits bones away from one another to find a deeper stretch. Inhale, extend, and exhale, twist deeper. We're here for 2 more breaths. Where can you soften? Where can you lengthen? On your next exhale, bring your left arm up to the sky and over, twisting all the way to the right until you're coming onto your belly. And you thought you knew where I was going with this. If you need to, you can wiggle your body back onto your mat. You don't have to. You're not bound to the confines of this little rectangle, but whatever makes you most comfortable. You can take your chin, your forehead, or your ear to the floor. Let your arms be soft, belly soft, and just take a moment here. Take a few deep breaths. As you're ready, bring your hands into your body underneath your shoulders. Elbows hug in towards your body. Take your big toes to touch and press the tops of your feet into the ground. Now press your pelvis into the ground. Without pushing into your hands, slowly lift your torso up about 6 inches. Find space in your cervical vertebrae by reaching out through the crown of your head. And exhale, come all the way back down. Engage your feet into the ground and pelvis into the ground once more. Find a little core strength. Lift your heart up to the sky. Slight tilt in the chin. And breathe here. 3 deep breaths. Feel this gentle massage on your abdomen as you breathe. Maybe you also feel slight rocking back and forth. That's okay. Now lift your hands off of the ground. Keep hugging your elbows into your body. Bring your collarbones down away from your ears. Relax your jaw. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Aubrey, how many breaths am I here for? Just a couple. And on your next inhale or exhale, slowly lower down all the way to the ground. Take your chin, your forehead, or your opposite ear to the ground. Take a moment to breathe. Trust in love rather than fear. If you have your ear resting on the mat, turn your head so that your forehead or chin is on the mat or hovering just above. Once again, bring your toes together, press the tops of your feet into the ground, press your pelvic triangle into the ground as well. Find length in your vertebrae and lift your heart up to the sky, coming into an upward back bend. Bring your elbows in, lift your hands off the ground, maybe extend your hands back out to the side, to a T, or out in front. Play with what feels good. We're here for a few breaths. If it's in your practice and you feel like your back and your glutes and your shoulders are warmed up enough, you can lift your legs off of the ground, bend your legs so that your toes are facing toward the sky. Find a flexed Barbie foot is what I like to call those. And imagine your feet working up toward the sky and legs and also towards your head without crunching your spine. If you feel any pain here in this posture, please back out of it just a little bit. Otherwise, you can come into full expression of upward boat. Reach your hands all the way back to grab the inside or the outside of your legs. I like to grab the inside of my ankles. Instead of splaying your knees out, bring them back in toward one another as if you're still holding a block in between your legs. Press your inner heel into the palm of your hand. Your thumb should be facing up toward the sky. Press them into one another to find a really deep stretch. You can also play with the height of your legs and your arms. Take 3 deep breaths here. Lift with your heart. Slightly tilt your chin to create a long cervical vertebrae. One more deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Release your hands from your ankles and slowly lower all the way onto your belly. Bring your forehead, chin, or ear to the mat. Option to stay here for final relaxation, or you can take any posture that your body is calling to you. Happy baby, child's pose, maybe another twist. You can come, when you're done with that, you can lie all the way onto your back, or like I said, stay on your belly. If you're laying on your back, let your feet come about hips width distance. Let the feet fall open. Arms come out to your side. Face your palms up to the sky to receive. Let your hips be heavy. Shoulders soft. Let your ears melt. Imagine space between your brow. Soften your jaw. Let everything go. Trust and love rather than practice fear. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Savasana. If you need more time to rest, please stay here. Otherwise, bring some life back into your fingers and your toes. Bring awareness back to your breath. Let whatever you experience on your mat soak in. And as you're ready, roll on to your favorite side. Keep your eyes soft or closed. As you're ready, slowly press yourself into a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring your hands together at heart center. Bow your head. Thank yourself for making time for you today. And I thank you for making time for you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and your week. Jai.